guys, and welcome back to my channel. And what is coming towards the end of Autism Awareness Week, and my first year of celebrating my differences and celebrating who I am. So today's kind of video, I thought I would talk a little bit about masking. I've spoken about it before on my channel, but I sort of wanted to kind of delve a little bit deeper into masking, and because it's kind of really relevant in my life right now. So when I mask, I put on a different persona. I am a different, almost a different person. I am a different me in my workplace, in social situations, when I'm out and about. I'm a different person compared to the person that I am if I am solitary, by myself, and the real me, I guess. Masking at the moment is one of my biggest, one of my biggest issues, is because I mask so much at work. I am not necessarily me, or not necessarily the me that I want to be, because I work in education, and you know, I kind of feel when you work in education you have to have this air of authority, this presence that, you know, students listen to you and they do what you say. You know, they get on with their work because, you know, you've got that presence, that authority. So I feel that I put on a completely different person, a different persona, a different, you know, there's so many different Jennies, and I feel a little bit now like, because I've kind of been really open about my autism, and at work recently this week, for Autism Awareness Week, I was really open about my autism, and I told all of my work colleagues, I put together a presentation, told all of my work colleagues, you know, this is me, these are the things that, you know, I really struggle with, and we really kind of delved into autism and what makes an autistic person tick, and you know, all these different things that can lead to these different behaviours. So, and I feel like because I've been open now, I feel like I'm in a safe space at work now. Not that I didn't feel like that before, but I feel I can try to be more myself, whatever myself is, and I feel that's something that I'm working on. I'm working on understanding me a little bit more, you know, trying to unpick all the things, all the years that I have used learnt behaviour, scripted conversations, put on a different person, and I'm trying to unpick all of that and take all of that away to see who I am. You know, how much of Jenny is Jenny, you know. So I found it's a really challenging, really tough road, and I think a really long road, but it's definitely something that I need to work on right now, you know. One of the things that kind of came out of my presentation when we were talking about masking was the vulnerability of masking, and how it leaves you really quite vulnerable. And you know, it is true, and I have been in that position. I have been in that, you know, that vulnerable position where I've gone into a shop, and just for instance, you know, just as an example for you guys, but I've, you know, been in a shop, and, you know, the salesperson's come straight up to me, you know, and you know how they are, and they're trying to sell you something, or they're, you know, trying to, you know, show you around the shop and show you where the best, I don't know, bargain is, or whatever it is, and, you know, they're trying to upsell, and they've got so much that they need to sell in that day, so they're trying to, you know, get you to buy into whatever it is that they're selling that day. And I get really sucked into those kinds of things, especially if I'm by myself, and then you end up just saying yes or signing yourself up, and you just think, and then you've spent that money, and you just think, why the bloody hell did I do that? Why did I not just say no? I didn't need it. Where's my money gone? And, you know, and then you kind of can't get that back, you know. And I'm not one of these people who can, if a salesperson comes up to me, I'm not one of these people who can just kind of, you know, say, oh, no thank you, I'm alright. I feel like that's me being rude almost. So yeah, so I just kind of get sucked into it. I just, you know, I listen to their story, and then, you know, if I feel that I can say no, I'll say no. But, you know, sometimes I just, you know, when you see these people in the street and they're, you know, in the local city centre where I live, you know, there's always people from like different charities or whatever, and they've got little collection buckets, or they've got like a list in front of them and they want to sign you up for something, and, you know, they sort of walk up to you, don't they? As you're walking by, they're walking up to you and saying, oh, can I have a minute of your time? And I'm like, no, sorry. And I just keep walking. And now I've gotten to the point where I actually, like, I try not to make eye contact with them. If I can see from a while off that, oh God, they're selling something again, or they're going to sign me up for something, right, I'm going to keep my head down, I don't give them eye contact, I put my earphones in, I've got my music on, and I just keep going, you know. And that's kind of one of the strategies that I use now if I'm by myself, which is not very often, but that kind of helps. So, you know, masking also for me has, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of made me feel a bit lost actually, because now I am, you know, trying to unpick all this stuff. I'm trying to unpick all the learnt behaviour, I'm trying to unpick all the scripted conversations, I'm trying to be a little bit more me, whatever that me is, whoever that me is, you know, and I'm trying to celebrate how different I am, how I think differently, and how I feel differently, how I see the world differently, you know. And I'm quite, I hope I am quite a positive person, and when I speak to you guys on my channel and do these videos and stuff, I hope that I talk about autism in a positive way. I certainly don't let my autism sort of rule who I am, or you know, define who I am almost, you know. And I have said before, I don't really like labels, you know, but I felt I needed to get my diagnosis of autism so that I could access the support, you know, and get the right help that I needed to be able to succeed and to be able to live a comfortable, happy life, you know. So, but it doesn't define who I am. I don't use it as an excuse. I use it as a reason why I behave in certain ways, or the reason why I do certain things the way I do them, and why I don't do them the way, you know, a typical neurotypical person would do. You know, so I don't necessarily use it and let it be a negative. You know, it's certainly not a negative in my life. You know, I think there's a lot to be said with how, I guess, how you think of something. So, you know, if you've got, you know, like me, if you're autistic, and you know, there are things that we really struggle with, that I really struggle with. You know, I'm not saying that we don't struggle and stuff, and that we're always happy-go-lucky and stuff, and happy all the time, you know, because we all know that we're not. You know, there are things that we really struggle with, and you know, and some days are better than others, and you know, you can have shutdowns, meltdowns, you know, and have really bad days, and then there are really good days, you know. And I want to celebrate my good days, but I also want to talk about the things that haven't gone so well. So, without being negative about it so much, I don't want to dwell on it, because it's not something that I like to do. I don't like to dwell on things. So when I talk about my autism and I'm open about it, or you know, I talk about anything on my channel, I try to do it in a really positive way. I'm interested though how masking has affected you. How has it affected you? What kind of things do you do that is due to masking, and how have you tried to unpick that to be able to show who you really are, the true you? Yeah, I want to know what you do, how it's affected you. What would you say has been one of your biggest challenges to do with masking? let me know in the comments section below. If you have an opinion or you want to tell me something about this video, or or your experience with masking, your experience with autism, your good days, your bad days, whatever it is, drop it in the comment section below. Let's open up a conversation. I want my channel to be a safe space for anybody, neurotypical, autistic, whoever you are. I want it to be a safe space to open up a conversation. Find me on Facebook as just Jenny. I'll pop all my social media links in the description box below. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you've had a really lovely week, whatever you're up to. Bye for now.